Hey, you two. Leave Jeffrey alone! Why do these people leave this? Shame on you, New Yorker magazine. New Yorker. Is it New Yorker paper or New Yorker magazine? All right. So Jeffery Tobin got caught with his drawers down, shall we say. This story, I don't know how this story got past me, but apparently three days ago or so, Jeffery Tobin, the CNN legal analyst, who I admire a great deal because he always brings you the real tea, right? We devalue these people so quick, just like that. They go from valued reporters, analysts, columnists to just a single sexual act. This is not even a single sexual act. No other person was involved in it. So I'm sure you guys already are hip to the story. I just got it from one of my subscribers. Made a comment in my comments. I thought the name didn't register immediately. Then when I pull up, I said, "Oh my God, not Jeffrey!" All right, people. Now I got to be honest. It's only an opinion, but a lot of this Me Too stuff last year, there was a lot of careers that I felt like should not have been completely ruined or eliminated. I'm not going to say no names because y'all get your panties all up in a bunch. You get upset. Oh, he said this. Oh, he said one line. Whatever. So I stayed out of it. So I figured, well, they got to keep a friendly work environment, right? A lot of careers were ruined. Multi-million-dollar paychecks were sacrificed. But now this situation here, I don't know. These are all reporters, I guess, that he's talking to. He's talking to either the administration of this newspaper and also other people who are in the reporting business. Who decided that this would be the news they would run with? How in the hell could they not have kept this under wraps? This was obviously a mistake, a simple mistake. That's what happens when you go into people's living rooms. Now, what if, as I'm talking to you right now, a friendly gentleman that I was just with last night does not understand that I'm online? And what if he walks his ass right by here thinking he's going to get a glass of water? Should I be crucified for that? You're in my living room after all, right? People. So what, the man was diddling himself. People always like to deny the diddling. A lot of people diddle, and they diddle at their desk. That's where their porn is. That's where their computer is. So they can't diddle in the bedroom because that wouldn't make any sense, because it's not where the computer is at. They need the place where the images are. So it's probably not an unusual thing. And plus, these people, they're very busy people. He has to prepare for his legal analyst for CNN. Plus, he has to write for this magazine. And he has to fit in all these meetings. Who knows how many meetings? Maybe he doesn't have time to jack off. You ever thought about that? Maybe he just doesn't have time to jack off, honey. Just like sometimes you'll see these people on here and they have to eat. They're trying to get on the subway, and they're eating as they're getting on the subway. Why? Because they don't have time to stop and eat. They don't have time to take lunch. Yes, it's embarrassing, but this is ridiculous. I hope they're not going to try to affect this man's career over a silly accident. So somebody, I don't believe that I'm confused. Is it the New Yorker? Yeah, it's got to be the New Yorker magazine. Somebody made a decision to run this story. Now he must have a lot of enemies there at the New Yorker. Maybe they don't want him there anymore or something. Why would they have this? They have the power to control what the story is, right? They're in the business after all. It's obvious that this is not something. I can understand it if he was jacking off and talking to the people as he's having a meeting and they saw his head going up and maybe saw his peen in the glasses. It wasn't like that, child. He simply left a camera on. That's why I'm glad. This camera don't even have it. Well, most cameras have a little light when they're on, right? Of course, you're not thinking of that if you're thinking about jacking off. Anyway, my other camera, it has a blue ring around. More than once, it has a blue ring that goes around the webcam, right? A light. More than once, I've seen that damn thing light up and realized I did not turn my camera off. People, we're in a worldwide pandemic. These newscasters, these columnists, these people are doing everything from their den, right? You're in their lives. So the situation with this guy, it's not a perverted thing. Everybody has a right to jack off, and men jack off a lot more than you think. They do. That's why they have this porn industry, multi-billion-dollar industry. That's why you have so many porn sites and all this kind of stuff. They use that stuff, man. It's not just there. So he apologized to his wife and family and all that. Well, basically, I guess for embarrassing them. But let's just hope that, I mean, it will be a personal thing between a family, right? That he wasn't on there with somebody else doing the doodle. More than likely, it was some kind of porn thing, right? They said he seemed to be alone. But why would you do your colleague like that? Your colleague, this is an accident. Why would you want to embarrass your colleague? Shame on you, the New Yorker. Why did you make a story out of this? How many years does that man work there? And this is what you do? You leak the damn story? It had to come from you. You're all professionals, right? You could have so easily said, Jeffrey. Let him know. He would say, oh my God. Turn the camera off. He would have been embarrassed. But it's been an internal thing. This is not news. It's news that somebody jacked off. What the fuck is that? So what is the camera? Because he had more than one camera. Maybe he has more than one screen. He's doing more than one thing at a time, kind of thing. And then he made the mistake of leaving one camera on when he went to something else, probably to some kind of porn site or something like that, right? Lord, let us pray. I ain't playing either. God help Jeffery. Because this is not, you don't ruin somebody's career over some bullshit like this. They done suspended him, the New Yorker. And he done took a leave of absence from CNN, probably because he don't want this thing to get so far out of hand that he ends up getting fired from there as well. It's just an embarrassing moment, and it's going to happen more and more. The longer we are locked down, the more incidents you're going to have of embarrassing situations being caught on camera. Things happen. We have seen babies run out in the background of newscasters when we assumed they were in a place. I mean, we assumed they're in the studio, but no, they just got a green screen up, just like in the studio, and they have the appearance of being in the studio, right? But no, their kid runs by, and then maybe the ball rolls by, and the kid's chasing the dog. We've seen all kinds of little faux pas, just because of the sexual nature of this. They got to make a big stink out of it. But I blame you, New Yorker magazine. Why did you let this happen? Somebody had to make a decision to go ahead and release it. This is how you do your colleagues. Were you trying to get rid of Jeffery Tobin anyway? Does he have enemies there? I was to think I have a hard time going back there after you did him that way, because I think that the main thing that has gone wrong here is that you released this story. You created the story of the day because the man had a simple accident in his apartment. That's what he's recording. Television shows and interviews and commentary, legal analysts. He's doing it all from the same place. So maybe he don't have time to jack off, and maybe he don't have time to eat his sandwich, whatever. In a moment, in a second, you saw something. But you are an adult, people. Damn, they like to lose their mind because you somebody's titty. Oh, I saw a tit. Did you see it? Oh my God, a tit. People, look at all the Renaissance artists. They're all naked. When did we pick this shit up? Hold on. Man, get Sistine Chapel. Get it, baby. Get it. There you go. See all them people in there? All the artists. They're all naked. All the artists, all the people in the damn thing. When did we pick this shit up that the human body was so horrible? Oh my God, I saw it. I saw a ping. Oh, did you see it? Girl, I don't know how big that thing was that you would see it, that it would so disturb you. But that was an employee of your company. You could have easily buried that silly ass story. So shame on you, New Yorker. I believe that I don't see why the CNN would do anything. I'm hoping they're not going to actually try to affect this guy's career over this, not over a silly accident. It ain't like he was doing something with a child or something. I mean, he's in the room by himself. Anyway, I thought I'd add my 2 cents to this. He's taking a lead from CNN. He'll be embarrassed for a little while, but I imagine with so many stories in the news, it'll be over in a week or two. But we're missing him at this crucial time when they're discussing legal issues. He is an extremely competent reporter, analyst, legal analyst. CNN depends on him. He's done a remarkable job. Why did these people decide to do him like this? How embarrassing. If I were to make a mistake on this camera, and only friend of mine knew about it, and he decided to leak it all over the goddamn world so the whole world could have a belly laugh at my expense, would that be a friend of mine? These are supposed to be your colleagues. Heaven help them if something like that were to happen to them. Whatever. I've said what I had to say. Let's hope he wasn't jacking off with somebody else, to further embarrass his wife. But it was just an accident, people. Let this bullshit go. Get back to your real problem. Donald Trump. Did y'all see him? Oh, Lord have mercy. He thinks he's so clever. Did y'all see what he leaked? The 60 Minutes did an interview with Donald Trump, right? The interview went horribly. Not because anything anybody else did, all because of what Donald Trump's behavior and how he acted and the nasty way he treated the reporter. So now he's added her to his hate list. Leslie. What's her name? I should have wrote her name down. The lady, she's been with 60 Minutes forever. If any news organization who is fair and unbiased, it is 60 Minutes, right? He acts a goddamn fool all through the interview. Every time she tries to ask him a serious question, he goes and turns it and flips it to the exact opposite. How can he be talking about the greatest economy in the world? Oh, we're doing wonderful. We're doing great. I said, girl, are you just going to ignore that we're in this pandemic? We gained 11 million jobs. How many did you lose? You just kind of gained back some of the ones you lost, idiot. You've been running on Obama's economy. That's what you started running. You started running your mouth about how wonderful the economy was a week after you got in office. How in the fuck do you turn the whole economy around in a week? You start taking credit for other people's work immediately. Soon as something goes wrong, your ass cannot handle the responsibility of the job you're supposed to be performing. You couldn't do it. So you want to lock up Obama, and you want to lock up Biden. You want to lock up Biden's child. What the fuck are we so focused on Biden's child for any goddamn way? Only because the man is a gentleman, he has not went on to your children and all the shenanigans of your family, because we all know that your family is broke. They're broke. So they're trying to find avenues and ways to make money from the White House. We all know that, honey. Do you really want people to go digging in your life? They ain't going to do it because they're decent people. But Trump is not a decent people. He's a horrible people. The worst. That interview was an embarrassment. I don't know how he thinks he got the upper hand by presenting that the day before the goddamn this thing tonight. Or this debate tonight. He's going to act a goddamn fool. So I'm not prepared to watch the whole thing. We're going to see how much they can control that beast, and then we're going to turn it off. We'll get the highlights from the reporters. Horrible. Goodbye, people. I'm getting depressed. We got 13 more days of this shit.